Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be seeing a new short story, The Chosen Vessel, written by Barbara Baynton. So the characters are the unnamed woman, baby, husband, swagman, Peter Hennessy, and there are two minor characters. They are the priest and the boundaryman. The story has four parts. Part 1 of the story introduces a woman and a baby who is in the bush. When the story opens, the woman is tethering a calf to prevent its wandering with the calves during the night. Tethering, here we could say, an animal is fastened to a fixed object in order to limit its range of movement. So she is vaguely restless as she works. She reflects on her fear of the cow who protests she has been taught to curb with a stick, and her husband's depreciation of her fears of both cow and bush. In precise, we can say her husband is not being supportive. She is forced to take care of the cow she is afraid of, and when she shows the fear, she is received with laugh and snide remarks. The woman was scared of Swagman. The swagman has been earlier that day looking for food, money, and something more. She was scared by the look of his eye as he gazed upon her and the baby. She gave him food. He was asking for tobacco. She went inside looking for a tobacco, but she couldn't find one, as her husband is 15 kilometers away from the house. He works as a shearer. She returns to the swagman and says, I don't have any tobacco. This made Swagman feel fishy. He questions how many people are there in the house. She answers, or she replies saying, myself, my baby, and my husband. And she states, my husband is feeling ill. He's feeling sick, so he's lying down taking rest. But then the swagman questions her, if there is a man in the house, there should be tobacco. She couldn't answer anything, so she closes the door and goes away. The reason she told that her husband was there is because for her own protection. So, in expectation of his return, the woman leaves some food and her mother's brooch. The only thing of value that she had was her mother's brooch. Because bush women doesn't have money. They don't carry money with them. So, at night, the sound of the returning swagman wakes her and she listens intently. She was so careful not to wake the sleeping baby. In mounting terror, she watches his shadow circle from the crack of her house. When he is about to gain access through a fallen slab, the woman hears the sound of horse hooves approaching and she runs from the house with the baby in the arms, shrieking to the horseman for salvation, but she falls into the arms of the intruder as the horseman rides away. She was being murdered and raped. Part 2 of the story is the discovery of the dead mother and her child by a boundary rider, who initially misinterprets the scene as that of a lamb and a ewe, murdered by a dingo. Then he utters Jesus Christ as he cuts away the infant's gown from the dead mother's grip. Boundary rider means an employee on a sheep or cattle station whose job is to maintain fences in good repair and to prevent stock from straying. Part 3 recounts the story of the horseman named Peter Hennessy. He was the individual who passed the woman and child without stopping to help them. He thought she was an apparition. As he was a devout if superstitious Catholic, he had been riding that night to a nearby voting district to cast his ballot for a candidate of his own political persuasions, but one not supported by the priest. He contemplates his revolt, which had overridden superstition as well as his mother's plea. When the mother and child appear to him, calling for Christ's sake, Peter misinterprets the scene as a holy vision sent to redeem him to answer to his mother's prayer. He proceeds to cast his vote for the priest's quarter candidate and only learns the true nature of his vision when he returns to the priest to confess of his revolt and redemption. The woman and the baby is compared to the Virgin Mary. And then part 4 depicts the swagman and his dog at the water hole. The dog faithfully runs to return the swaggy's hat from the water, but it will not allow the man to wash the blood of sheep from its mouth and throat, blood which makes the swagman tremble. So, from this story, we can say that the woman was oppressed by the male. Or we can say, in the story, we got to know about the patriarchal and male dominated structure and aiming to express the female independence. Women in the bush weren't given much importance. We can say the woman is exploited and morally and psychologically repressed by their husbands.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Have a great day.